The Scarlet Letter full book summary. What am I gonna do? I have no idea, but I'm gonna do a summary. So let's get this started with The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. So Nathaniel Hawthorne technically, because he added a W to his name just so that he had no association with the Satan witches trials. Yeah, that was weird. Anyway, so that happened, and so the Scarlet Letter happened. Nathaniel Hawthorne decided, like, hey, I want to write about the Scarlet Letter. And he, according to the book, he said, I found this piece of manuscript. I also found this letter A that was in the Scarlet Letter. And I was like, hey, I'll try it out. That hurts. And he realized the Scarlet Letter that had A on it felt really scalding. He read the manuscript, and the book is that manuscript. And this happened just before he was kicked out of office. And so this happened. So basically, Nathaniel Hawthorne, this guy, good guy, actually wrote about the story about this woman named Hester Prynne, is forced to wear the A on her chest because she was an adulterer. And she became an adulterer because of the fact that she saw her husband was dead when he failed to come to the where they wanted to meet in Boston after their immigration from Europe to the New World, and then found this new guy and like, hey, I like this guy, boinked with him, and then bang. They had a baby that was illegitimate. She called her Pearl. There's no reason why she called her Pearl, at least not in the book. And then, because of that, when that was found out, she was forced to wear the letter A on it. Pearl was just a few years old. And then they come up. Also, she could talk slow. She had some brains. And then they go into the prison where they were fenced into. And there was this rose bush. Literally, there was this rose bush where everything was clear. And nothing seemed to be what it seemed to be. And then, now, we're here. Next up, we literally have the whole facts now. So, that happens. Next, we're going to talk about Pearl. Pearl is a few years old, and she decides, hey, I really want to do this, Mom. What does that letter A mean on your chest? It's like, and then Hester Prynne says, hey, I don't think you'll want to know this because, yeah, that's what she thinks in her brain. And then she just tells her, hey, just for the golden threads. And then before that, then there's this guy named Dimmesdale who says, hey, you okay there? And we kind of know that he is the one who was also the adulterer, too, technically. And then next up, we find out that we have Chillingsworth. Turns out he's the husband who failed to come at Boston, but just because he didn't like it at all. It's like, I would vow to know who the other adulterer is, even if it depends and costs my life. Well, it didn't cost his life, but it did cost his soul. He becomes evil when he finds out that the mayor of the place that he was staying in and he was tending to was basically the other adulterer. Like, it turns out this happened. He, ripped open the chest. I'm not going to rip open my chest. Ripped open the chest of the mayor's just to see what happened and what was a secret he was in there and why he was sick, because he was a doctor and he knew stuff. And they're like, it's him. He's branded with beep, 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 beep. And however, we do not know what he sees on the chest, though. And yeah, Pika, yay. That's all we know. He just goes ahead and does a really whoopee dance as if he was possessed by Satan himself. It was thought that Satan was the one who gave witches their powers and sometimes possessed them. Some people believe that Satan will possess them directly. Others would believe that Satan just gave them their powers and told them what to do. Also, I personally like the fact that Satan could possess us. Then I could literally find a demon and force God to possess me and fight Satan in human magic hand combat like Shazam and Black Adam, like something like that. That'd be cool. Next up, we literally find that Hester, Pearl, and Dimmesdale decide to go up on the execution place where Dimmesdale somehow miraculously save Pearl and Prynne from. And they look up and there's a meteor shouting through the sky where there was this cloud that looked like this, and then suddenly the meteor made the cloud and then the meteor made the cloud look like this. Like this. Yeah, more like this. And so now it looks like the letter A. And Hester and Dimmesdale took that as a sign to say, he's forgiven us. He's forgiven us. Something like that. And then the other people, who, because all the town saw it, called it, Dimmesdale's been made an angel. Woohoo! We saw him on the execution place. Yes, but with that adulterer, I'm not. yeah, he did save her. Anyway, yeah, there's a long conversation and says, our priest has been made an angel. Wow, because the priest is the angel. The mayor of the town does not know that, so and like then when Chillingsworth found out about what people thought, he's like, no, I never heard of it. Yeah, he was calm, but inside we could already see changes that happened to him over the years. It didn't cost his life to actually go ahead and find who the adulterer was, but it did cost him his soul. He was planning revenge for like years now, and then suddenly we are in the woods where Hester and Pearl are going in a lovely walk in the woods, and then they find Dimsdale. Dimsdale comes there, and then he's like, hey, we gotta go. We have to escape this place. I mean, do you even like this place? We can just run away, you know. We can do that. Yes, let me just do one last sermon. And then Hester's like, yippee-ki-yay! Throws the letter A off, takes the letter A off of it, and then throws it into the riverbank, but it just sticks to where it fell. It doesn't flow down the riverbank like as it's supposed to, meaning that this might not be as easy as it sounds like to actually get kill this adultering thing. And so that happens, and then next up, this happens. Dimsdale decides to do his last sermon. Chillingsworth decides, this time, I will reveal a secret. And we already see the door-kissed expression on his face yet. Like, before Chillingsworth could say anything, so Dimsdale confesses and says, also, he's tried to convince so many times. Everyone thought because of trying to confess, they thought he was a better person, not a worse person. And he rips open his chest. I'm not going to rip open my chest again. He rips open his chest and like, everyone gasps because they see something that should probably not be on a priest. And then he collapses and is dead. Hester goes ahead to try to help him, so is Pearl. Also, and she's like, what good riddance, because she never liked him anyway. But when she saw her mother, they're like, oh, this guy meant something to her. I'll go comfort her. And that happened. Chillingsworth was like, and aside of him, he dies a few years later. And Hester, we have no idea what was on Dimsworth's body, though. The narrator never says anything about it, especially, also, I personally like to think it was the branding of a letter A. You know, like that time in, like, Dan Brown and the Da Vinci Code where, like, each four of the cardinals were, like, branded with earth, water, fire, and air. Well, this time I actually think of this as one of the easiest things, because I like to imagine, instead of earth, fire, water, or air branded right there, I like to imagine the fact that it's actually a letter A. It may not be Scarlet because it's a brand, but I actually like to imagine it like that because that makes way more sense, and that's why he clutches at his chest, because it's probably still painful. That happens, and the next up, we see what happens to Hester and Pearl after Dillingsworth and Dimsworth and Chillingsworth is dead. They're living better lives. Also, not everyone has forgiven them. They're still living better lives, and yeah, life is okay for them. They are probably out of Boston, and that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Hope to see you guys soon in another episode of Hunter and Children. So until next time, now, peace.